What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Leo coming to you guys with yet another video. Coming to you guys today with yet another reaction video. Today we're going to be checking out 10 stale WWE superstars who desperately need a new gimmick. Now, we can all agree that there are some superstars in WWE right now that just need a fresh change of scenery, a fresh gimmick, or a fresh coat of paint. Something because what they're doing right now is just not really getting over the fans. And sometimes just a new gimmick can always do the trick and always freshen things up. So it's always kind of cool to see people kind of either turn face or turn heel, whatever they are right now. So we're gonna look at some examples of 10 stale WWE superstars who desperately need a new gimmick right now. So let's see what WrestleMania can come up with.
A wrestler's gimmick is the key to their success. It's hard to imagine iconic wrestlers such as The Undertaker, Kane, Triple H, or Shawn Michaels having substantial success without their trademark gimmick and characteristics.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, in WWE currently, there are several gimmicks which are falling flat and need a massive overhaul. Whilst these wrestlers have talent, their gimmick is holding them back from reaching the next level.
true.
A new gimmick is needed as soon as possible. Join us now as WrestleMania looks at 10 WWE wrestlers who desperately need a new gimmick. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for
Be sure
exclusive
y'all go do that.
also check out our new channel, WrestleMania Shorts. Number 10, Nikki Cross. In the summer of 2021, Nikki Cross became
Ooh, yeah, she needs a new gimmick. And this is one of the examples, like, I feel like they should have. It's one of these situations where if something's not broke, then don't fix it. Because the way they kind of had her, like, in NXT, like this pretty much crazy lunatic type of person, that's kind of what her gimmick was. I think they could have still did that. I feel like they should have kept her being that way and then not have her be the superhero. I mean, granted, I believe it was her idea, but it's like once you kind of do something like a hurricane type of gimmick, it's kind of like one of these things that's hard to come back from because like not really a lot of people can take you serious after you just had like a comedic gimmick. But sometimes it does work, but we will have to see. But she definitely needs a new gimmick. I believe she's a face. Maybe just have her be just a how she was in NXT. She really wasn't a heel or really wasn't a face. She pretty much was just herself, and it got over with the fans of NXT. And she had so many crazy classic matches with Asuka and Moon, just to name a few. She can go in the ring, but she just needs that one opportunity to take her to the next level. And I really hope they do give it to her.
Nikki Ash on WWE programming. The superhero persona was one that Cross pitched directly to Vince
Oh,
McMahon.
okay, it was.
So impressed with Cross's passion for the gimmick that he handed over the Money in the Bank briefcase in a subsequent performance time frame. The gimmick was fun, but it lacked anything substantial that would make it last for more than a few months.
Yeah.
Compared that persona to that of the Hurricane, but Shane Helms made the character beyond the market.
The thing with Shane Helms, with a Hurricane, he made it work for longer than it did.
Multiple elements to the superhero.
Mm-hmm.
In October 2022, Cross would revert back to a unhinged persona that was present during her time in NXT. This led to Cross receiving no notable feuds on Raw or SmackDown. Cross is just lingering around and is often found on WWE main event. Now, she does have a ton to offer the women's division, and WWE needs to rework her gimmick and integrate her back into the roster.
Yeah.
Number 9, the Viking Raiders.
Mm.
Viking Raiders managed to get themselves over in NXT, and this was mainly due to their high impact offense in
I
matches.
can see why he has them on here because, I mean, they kind of are used a little bit. They're being kind of used prominently on television. But I think the thing with Viking Raiders is they're being used, but they're not really winning a lot of the feuds. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's just because they're not really winning the feuds right now. So maybe that's kind of why they're on here. But the way they were in NXT, man, they were just top tier, bro. They were one of my favorite things to watch on NXT at that time. You know, and they were like one of the best tag teams because like think of the matches they had with Undisputed Era. Think of the matches they had with Ricochet and Aleister Black, aka Malachi Black. Like those were some top tier feuds for them. They were winning feuds and they were being used prominently. You can't just have them be used on television and not really have them being at least winning some of the feud. You know what I'm saying? If they're just being in the feud but not really taking any like notable wins, it's just really not gonna. It's just not. It's just people aren't really gonna care. So hopefully they change something up with them. I know they are heel right now, but maybe they kind of just need to just be themselves, like they kind of how they were in NXT, and I think they should be okay.
When the two debuted on the main roster, the magic was quickly lost,
Yeah,
as a Viking gimmick isn't at the top of fans' wish lists, especially in 2023. The two members of the Viking Raiders have lots of talent, there's no
they do.
denying that, but the gimmick falls flat upon execution. The two receive no reaction on WWE television, and it doesn't matter if they're a babyface or a heel, the reaction never changes. WWE needs to utilize Eric and Ivar as they have a lot to offer the tag division, but unfortunately their current gimmick simply doesn't work.
No,
Number 8, Raquel Rodriguez. Since being called up to the main roster,
I mean he has a point. I mean, I love Raquel. She's good in the ring, right? But the smiling is just not it for me. She needs to go back to being the Raquel that she was in NXT. I think that's what she needs to do. Like, if she wants to be a face, cool, but stop doing the smiling. Just be like an anti-hero, almost like a Stone Cold Steve Austin, right? People will cheer you, but they know at the same time you're not afraid to whoop somebody if they just step to you or get a line. That's that kind of Raquel we need right now. Like, if they want to keep her, I'm not saying you have to turn her heel just for the sake of just getting her, to be for people to actually care. No, you can be a face and people can care about you. You can be a heel, people can care about you. It's all about what you do, what your gimmick is. If your gimmick is just smiling and you people can't really get behind that. I mean, it kind of caters to like the little kids, honestly. But like for the adult hardcore fans or like you're just your average fans, they're not gonna really buy into that. They can buy into somebody that's a face, but isn't afraid to whoop anybody if they step to them or get out of line. I can buy into that. And I love the stuff she did at NXT. The matches she had with Rhea Ripley, the matches she had with Dakota Kai, the matches she had with Io, the matches she had with Mandy. Those feuds were top tier in my opinion. Those are some like my favorite feuds to watch from her in NXT. So hopefully they kind of revert back to that at some point because this is just not it for me.
it's been made perfectly clear that WWE see Raquel Rodriguez as one of the future stars of the women's
They
division.
do.
The former NXT Women's Champion has been presented well, but there's one major hurdle in her ascending to the top of WWE, and that's her gimmick. Rodriguez's gimmick is literally that she's strong and imposing, but that isn't enough. She needs to build a connection with the fans, and her current gimmick isn't helping her achieve this. Wrestlers need character and substance, and whilst Rodriguez in all likelihood will have a decent career if she keeps up her current gimmick, a complete overhaul is needed if she's going to be a main event worthy presence in the
Yeah.
women's division for years to come. Number 7, Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle
Yep.
is one of the finest workers on the entire WWE roster. He's had a great run on the main roster, especially with
I just think he's just a little bit too goofy for people to kind of take serious. I think the closest we got to like a real serious Matt Riddle's like when he had his feud with Seth Rollins, and I think outside of that he just really hasn't really been able to do much in my opinion. If he was like how he was in NXT, I think he needs to probably go heel and become more ruthless and just I don't know. Him as a face can work because I mean the kids love him and I think a lot of the your average fan, a little bit of your hardcore fans do love him. But I do think he needs to turn heel at some point. I think him going heel could be the trick because I feel like he could potentially be a main eventer if he just stops doing the goofy stuff. If he stops doing the goofy stuff and become more serious, and I think people could take him serious. Put him in like in a feud with somebody like a Seth Rollins, and he just beats the crap out of Seth Rollins, or bring Randy Orton back, and then that's how you turn him heel. Him doing some feuds like that could probably propel him up the card and possibly get him into the main event scene because I do think he could be a potential main eventer, but also the stuff that he's been getting himself into with like the legal issues and him exposing himself and then everything like that. I think that kind of plays a factor too. So I don't know. I do think he has a little bit of the tools to take what it takes to be a main eventer, but he just got to stop with the goofy stuff. In my opinion, maybe that's me.
received widespread praise for bringing the best out of both men. However, since the Viper has been out of action with a back
They need to have him go back to being Pete Dunne. I'm tired of calling him that. Bring back Pete Dunne, the bruiserweight from NXT and NXT UK.
Butch is a great talent who has a great
This
presence
guy
on
could
commentary
be
side,
a
so I think
future
Pete Dunne
world
makes this
champion.
look better, and it would be welcome to see Dunne return to the cruiserweight persona. His work alongside Sheamus and Ridge Holland and the Brawling Brutes has been decent, but Butch needs to be utilized more on TV, and a gimmick change or a simpler version to the cruiserweight character may be a smart option for WWE to
Yes,
implement.
yes, please. Cause him doing the Butch gimmick, it ain't it. It's not it. I'm gonna be
Followed
honest.
Dolph Ziggler. For over 15 years, Dolph Ziggler has been a fan favorite amongst fans. However, Ziggler is at a point of his career where he isn't going to be pushed into the main event scene unless he's doing something drastic. His gimmick seems to still be a mix of his classic show-off persona as well as his infamous "it should have been me" character. All the fans are at a point of disconnection with the character.
Yeah.
They love Ziggler, they love his in-ring work, but they have nothing to root for when it comes to a character that is tiresome and stale. Throughout his career, Ziggler has shown time and time again that he has the ability to deliver exceptional character work. His work with Rey Mysterio, The Miz, and even John Cena all highlighted that Ziggler is a big deal and can truly bring it when the time comes.
Yep.
Number 4, Johnny Gargano. When Johnny Gargano returned to WWE, fans overlooked Triple H when he used Gargano in a similar
And
manner.
I don't know what there where Johnny is right now. I last time I checked, he was cleared to compete, but they're just not using him. Like, bring him back, reunite DIY, put him back in the way, do something. The guy is literally one of the most talented people that were in NXT. When you think of NXT, you should automatically, and me, for me personally, this might be different to people's opinions, but every time I think of NXT, I do think of Johnny Gargano because he had some classics with Tommaso, Adam Cole, like Ricochet even. He had classic matches. The guy is a Triple Crown champion. He's won the NXT North America Championship, I believe, like 3, 4 times. He's won the NXT Championship. He's won the NXT Tag Team titles. The guy pretty much done just about everything that there is to do in NXT and had classic matches in just about every takeover that he was. He was literally called Johnny Takeover for a reason. The guy was the Shawn Michaels of NXT.
He was used in NXT. Unfortunately, that hasn't happened in any capacity. Whilst he's had some standout moments, he's just been lingering around the red brand with nothing substantial or compelling to do. It wouldn't be a controversial argument to state that Gargano is one of the finest workers in all of WWE, but is this enough in 2023 to warrant a push? What he needs with immediate effect is a gimmick overhaul. His generic gimmick of being an underdog babyface is failing to connect with the audience, and we know based on his work in NXT that he can deliver gripping character work both as a babyface or a heel.
Mm-hmm.
WWE's approach could be to reform the villainous stable known as The Way, which would allow Gargano as well as other talents such as Candice LeRae and Dexter Lumis to thrive, so it would be a huge opportunity for WWE. Number 3, The New Day. There's no doubt about it, The New Day are one of the most successful stables in WWE history. The group have been together for almost a decade, but over the past few years, the stable just feels stagnant. Whilst each member in the group is immensely talented, something is missing from the group currently, and it could be time for WWE to look to change their gimmick as a stable. Perhaps the group doesn't need a drastic overhaul, but a heel turn or a slight tweak into a more serious side may benefit the longevity of the group. But the heel
I don't
turn at this stage will make
I don't know about a heel turn, but maybe tweak it to where they're like more serious, but they're still a face because they are like one of the most loved tag teams and factions right now. And I think every time that they come out, the people they do love the New Day. And I think when they went heel, it made them become more over as faces than they probably would have been. And to turn them heel, I can see why, just because they haven't been heel in quite some time. And I do think, they kind of need that top heel to be, the tag team, for the tag team, like for they go at the tag team titles. But I think they kind of already have that with the Street Profits right now. So I don't think they would necessarily have to turn them heel, but maybe just a more serious New Day where they're still like an anti-hero, like their faces, but they just a little bit more serious. I think that can do the trick for the New Day. Comment down below, let me know.
sense, as the group do have grievances with the WWE, such as Kofi Kingston not getting another shot at the title in 2019,
Which they should have.
wanting a WWE title rematch in 2022, and Xavier Woods maybe being continuously overlooked. This could be an excellent storyline on TV, and no doubt the 3 members of the faction would be up for the challenge. Number 2, Austin Theory.
Oh,
WrestleMania
Yeah, he needs it. He needs something because, like, I feel like when he lost to me the bank, right? They were doing something with him, and I like the direction they were going in because he became more of a ruthless heel because he was just going around attacking people. And then he would be, and like his promo work was starting to improve and everything like that, and I liked the stuff that he was doing in that time period from like late last year, like Octoberish, going in all the way to like Elimination Chamber. But when he had that segment with John Cena pretty much obliterated this guy on promo in the promo. He obliterated the guy. And he also made a point because it's like once if you beat me, what's next? You're just gonna go around and brag about beating me. And that's pretty much what he's doing. He really doesn't have a gimmick. All he really is doing is just going around saying I beat John Cena. That's not a gimmick. That's pretty much just an accolade. That's just an accolade that you beat John Cena. Just because you beat somebody that shouldn't, you know, determine that shouldn't dignify your character. That's not what that should be. That's an accolade, not a gimmick.
39 was designed to be the biggest night of Austin Theory's career.
And that was supposed to take him to the next level, but it didn't.
Cena to retain his US title, and this victory should have catapulted Theory to the next level. Sadly, since WrestleMania 39, his gimmick has fallen flat and he seems underdeveloped as a character. Whilst Theory remains someone who WWE clearly sees a bright future in, a new gimmick is needed for Theory to truly shine. He has a lot of positive attributes, and he seems to be getting better and better in the ring as the months and years go on. Yet he has yet to find that breakout character that screams world champion. Theory did previously have a gimmick that was similar to the former gimmick of Tyler Breeze, but WWE have pushed this aside in favor of a more serious approach, and sadly at the present time isn't working.
Nope.
And number one, Charlotte Flair.
Ooh.
Ever since Charlotte Flair arrived in WWE, she's established
Honestly,
herself as a
she does need one because if I'm looking back at it, she's really had the same gimmick since she's been in NXT. Like, I know this might seem like a crazy for me saying this, but being like, oh, I'm Ric Flair's daughter. Like, she's pretty much kind of kept that gimmick. If I'm being honest.
top female talent. Her accomplishments speak for themselves, but one thing that is always holding Flair back is a lack of evolution. Of the top women such as Becky Lynch and Bayley have delivered various compelling characters over the past decade. This has allowed their persona to never get stale and tend to show fans that they always need to take risks.
Yep.
Flair's had the same gimmick for her entire run in WWE, and there seems no signs that WWE want to change it. One of the criticisms often directed at Flair is that she portrays the same character, and it doesn't matter if she's babyface or a heel, as the elements of the gimmick remain intact no matter what. Flair is always going to be a talent that has exceptional matches, and Flair introducing the world to a new side of her would be a smart move, and it would certainly reduce the criticism that gets directed towards her. There you have it, folks. 10
Yeah.
WWE wrestlers who desperately need a new
Yeah. He's got a point because she's pretty much kept the same gimmick since day one. I don't know what they're gonna do with her. They're probably gonna keep the same gimmick. I don't even know, you guys. Comment down below. Let me know. Do you guys agree with a lot of people on this list? Do you guys agree with some of my takes that I've said about a lot of these wrestlers? That's the end of the video. Make sure you super kick that like button. Superman punch that post notification bell and spear that subscribe button. We're on the road to 700 subscribers. I appreciate you guys kicking with me, and I'll see you guys in the next video.